Good morning. Good morning and happy Saturday, everyone. Welcome in. Of course, I am Michelle with YesMichelle Crochets, and I am so happy to be with you guys this morning. For some of you, it may be afternoon. For me, it's still morning. In fact, it's 10 a.m., and I am thrilled to be feeling well enough to be able to do a Saturday live with you guys. Please do me a favor as you enter the room. Of course, hit like. That helps me a lot, and I'm grateful for it. But let me know that you're here. Say hello in the chat. And I am looking at the chat and noticing that Kim is here. Good morning, Kim. Welcome in, and thank you so much for being here. Let me know what you're sipping on, what you're whipping on, and let me know what's going on in your area. Today it is still hot outside and I reject that feeling, but I have no choice but to deal with it because that's what we have. Thank you for the hearts. Hello, Sue Ann, and welcome in. Is my audio okay? Is that working for everybody? Because, of course, you guys know off in the distance, I have my music because your girl's going to have her music. And I've got my microphone close enough that hopefully you can hear me. I am so glad you guys are all here today. For those of you who've seen the few videos that I've put up recently, I am currently working on a hexi with a modified stitch. So I am going to be working on that today, or at least I'm going to be trying. And if it doesn't work, I'll switch to a granny square, whatever works for me. What's working for you today? What's on your hook? And you'll forgive me, I've got to get back into my stitch. This is a more difficult stitch to attend to, and I'm going to move this mic. So, in advance, I apologize. You may hear some uncomfortable noises. Move your headphones away, please. Three, two, one. Okay, there. I needed to get that a little further away because I'm notorious for bumping that mic, and I don't want to do that to your ears. Excuse me, my eyes are itching. Oh, thank you, Kim. Thank you so much. Uh, this feels again odd because I've not been feeling the best, so I've been away a little bit. And when you get back to doing something that you've done as a routine, you're still out of sorts. Good morning, Kimberly. Welcome in. Welcome in. What are you sipping on? What are you whipping on? Or what are you working on? Because I know you are a multitasker who does a little bit of everything. Let us know what you're doing. I'd love to know. As I said, I am working on a hexi, and this is a modified pattern. I've seen several people do a more solid cardigan with the window stitch in between to kind of break up the texture of it all, and I loved it. So I'm modifying it a little bit to work more for me. Working on the snail shell hat. Oh, I remember seeing that. I love it. How awesome is that? Oh my goodness. Make sure, and I don't know if you guys know this, but many of the content creators, myself included, have community tabs that we have activated. And I would dearly love, as you guys have pictures and things that you want to share with me, rather than waiting on Michelle to remember to look at her emails. I do it pretty regularly, but sometimes I mess up. Go ahead and post those pictures or send me a message on the community tab. I would love to see what you guys are working on. Just got home from HL and sipping on some water. Oh, excellent. You know, I love the idea of you drinking your water. That makes me happy. I'll swear it was me who told you to do it, even if it wasn't. Anyway, hooking on a hat for a veteran charity. How cool is that? What hat are you working on? I want to know. I probably need to get back to making hats. I've made one pair of fingerless gloves in the last 2 months. I need to get back on that too. But I'm a blanket girl. I admit it. I love my blankets. Making blankets and dishcloths, yeah, I'm doing that. And yes, I'm cheating on my responsibility. And I'm drinking out of the big cup today, but that's because I won't be leaving my room a lot. I am going to leave briefly to go pick up meds. I have no choice. But then mostly I will be in my room either cleaning, pre-filming the crochet components for next week's videos, or getting ready for a week from today where we will be celebrating. Oh, you're doing the Stargazer hat. Ooh, I need to hook that one. I love that hat. That is a fun hat. But no, I take it back. That's not the one I want to do. The he did a hat combo set at the beginning of his journey with making tutorials. And it wasn't the Genesis one. There's another one. It's a hat and a shawl combo, and it was gorgeous. And I that's what I have on my list of things I want to do in the next 30 days. Thank you. Thank you. My hair looks crazy because when I was in the shower, I don't know how I did it, but I managed to get it wet. We don't wet the hair if we're going to be in front of the camera within 12 hours because my hair will literally puff up. And I don't like that. So I'm very grateful. I have a baseball cap very close by, which I have to wear when I leave the house anyway. But I almost wore my baseball cap during this live because, yes, Cambridge Night said, yeah. See, Kim can read my brain. I love it. I love that set. And that's one of the ones I want to do. I have a couple of different colorways I want to make it in. I want to make two sets, one for myself and then one for my daughter. Hello, Charlotte. Welcome in. Thank you. Ah, see, even when I don't feel good, this is what I miss our community. Thank you for the compliment. That made my day. It truly, truly did. 3, 6, 7. I'm sorry. Like I said, this is a pattern that requires a little more. I can't do this and talk to you guys. That doesn't work for me. No cap, please. Okay, I'm confused. Did someone use capitals? I would know that. I'm the moderator here. I think you're saying, okay, I'm so slow today. And no, that is no cap. I'm so dead serious. I genuinely love and appreciate every one of the beautiful comments that you guys share with me. It makes my day. It really, really does. Hey, Mama Winch, welcome in. Welcome in. Glad to have you with us this morning. I am switching. I still forgot to look up what this colorway is, but it's mine. I have plenty of it, and I love working with it. Though it itches, but I don't gatekeep that fact either. And oh, on my community tab. Okay, why am I squirreling? Anyway, on my community tab, or post notifications, because it used to be called community, now it's post. Anyway, I shared yesterday that Amazon Prime had a Prime deal on Dots crochet hooks. When I tell you that a lot of people must have really paid attention, not just to my post, because I don't think very many people saw it. Not if they did, great, and if they didn't, that's fine too. The Dots hooks are not available on Amazon when I checked an hour ago. So I just wanted you guys to know if you were going to take a look at purchasing from them to get some of those hooks. If you haven't already bought them, you won't be able to get them through them. And you can get them directly from WIP Crochet. I did notice that they are available on their website. So I'm assuming they had a certain number they were willing to sell on Amazon at a discount price. And then after they hit that number, they were like, oh, we're done. And I've seen them take them off before. We know that these hooks are very popular and will sometimes blink. Okay, I'm confused. You're juggling me, Kimberly. Oh, okay. I just caught Kimberly's statement. Now I understand. Anyway, they oftentimes will disappear because they're a very popular hook. They're longer than the traditional hooks. Like I loved and love my Clover or More hooks, but they're not long enough. So oftentimes after extended crochet sessions, the sides of my hand hurt because they're just not long enough. And I find it hilarious when I hear people say, "Oh, they're perfect." Not for me. Not for me. But that's the beauty of what we do and the fact that there are such a variety of things available for us to use as artists. What works for you may not work for me. What works for me may not work for you. But I love that we get to have a community where we can share and discuss and learn what's out there and have fun with what we can have access to. So that excites me. And I have a knot. How do I have a knot already? Anyway, so what's everybody else working on? I know. See, Kimberly, love my dots. Love my dots. I have two sets currently, and one on the way. I was gonna order two. Something said, "Girl, stop. One is enough." So I only bought one, but it'll be here in a few weeks, and I'm excited about that. And of course, I have my Furls Rose Gold hooks up there, which some have asked, do you ever use them? A lot. I just never film with them because it's bad enough that you get the glare from my glasses. Do you really want to glare from my glasses and then my hook? No. We'll suspend that part. But I love them. Though at times, depending on how long I'm crocheting for, it can feel heavy to use them because I have big hands, but they have weight on them. I thought the Clover or More was perfect until I got to that same. Still love Clover, but dot is my preference. Yes, Kimberly, that is my story to the T. Loved, I mean, you could not have. I almost bought a second set of Clover or More, and I was watching, I want to say it was one, I think it was, and he was talking about the dots. And I said, I'll try it. We'll see. Because one thing about him, he is a tall, tall person, but he also has big hands. And I have unusually big hands for my lack of height. So that factor made me wonder if that might be a better project for me to try. So I saw him on sale and I got him and haven't looked back. I have not looked back. I love my Clover more for the way they feel. I have bought individuals. Hey, VJ, welcome in. Good morning. I'm still disappointed because you went for ice cream without me. But yeah, once I tried the dot hooks, I, I keep up with them too. And maybe it's because they have a little bit of pink, but mostly because they fit. Such a perfect fit for me. Not just in color, but in size. And they're not overly wide, but they're perfect for where I need to place my thumb. They're perfect for the fact that I turn my hook consistently. I let the hook do the work instead of my hand doing the work. So there is that. And I love it. I love it. So what am I missing? Oh, everybody's saying good morning. I love it. Thank you guys for being so wonderful to one another. And of course I squirreled without saying it. Next week we are going to host our live together as we normally do, but that one's pretty special because that's going to be the celebration for my 1 year on YouTube. Well, 1 year since I put the first talking video up, and i'm I'm trying very diligently to get things organized behind the scenes and get things ready. And some of that sugar honey iced tea would be my health. But I'm glad you got ice cream. I will get ice cream, and I need to go to my PO box soon. So when I do, I will get ice cream then. One of the things about one of the places I love for ice cream is the fact that it's literally a little down the street from where I have a P.O. box at. So I don't mind traveling over there to my P.O. box occasionally, and I love their ice cream. And it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing. I shouldn't be eating it. However, anyway, and yum, all in that order. Oh my goodness. Let's see, one, two, three, four. Okay. Kim's laughing at me, and I don't blame you. I'd laugh at me too. So, how is everybody's weather today? I have no idea how our weather is. I am never going to enact Nightbot, and as I'm thinking about Nightbot, I love the different creators who use it. I won't. After 4 days with 6 kids, I deserve it. Heck yes. No, 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 no. Children is my job, but no. Six is team too doggone much. BTDT not again. But I forgot what I was gonna say. Squirrel. We'll call it that and leave it at that. Mm, thank you. Forgive me, guys. I Today is gonna be a coffee sipping kind of day. Okay, excellent. Well, I hope your grumpies decide that they will take a break, and I hope you have a great day, Mama Winch. Take care of yourself. There, I had to turn that down. So it looks like my youngest is off to work. It must be a rainy day because he's got his raincoat on. So uh, that's kind of disappointing because, like I said, I have to get out and get into that weather. So forgive me, I'm getting a square started, so my brain is kind of thumb is done. Also, 87 degrees here. Oh, that's woo. That's not bad. We've had worse, and I know you have too. Nightbot weather was what I was. Thank you, Nightbot and weather. Uh, One of the things about getting to visit other channels is that several of the channels have Nightbot available to tell you what the weather is in their area. And here's two things that are true about me. Not only can I not always remember what I'm talking about, I would be terrible at remembering where all of you all are located. And there's just an intimate group of us here today. There's no way I would remember who's where and who's doing. I barely remember whose name is their real name beyond some of the channel names. And I'm always embarrassed when I forget because I don't mean to, but I just honestly don't have that good of a memory for these things. And Kimberly said it's steaming hot here with the humidity. Yes. And Kim said only 87 here, but it feels like 108. Ooh, love you. I'll visit you virtually, not in person, not during this weather, because I want to visit you, not your nearest hospital. But the humidity and the heat drains me so quickly, and I am currently shopping for glasses. In fact, that was one of the things that I was trying to get done earlier and failed epically at. I want to find a frame that works better for my face, but I haven't done that. And we had humidity yesterday and rain. Ooh. See, I'm over the rain. I think we've had more than our share and we should be done, but alas, no. And we can't say the T word because we in St. Louis had so many spinny twisters that I think if we say it, we may invoke them again, and we don't need any more of those. So, yeah. But I just, forgive me, the squirrel in me was like, I just realized it has almost been a year and I'm still here. That feels weird. Don't ever think about what you're doing or what you've done because it will make you pause. A tad bit humor here. It will take your breath away. It's like, yes, I don't do saunas. I don't do saunas. I can't breathe in them. It's like trying to breathe underwater. And that's kind of how the weather in St. Louis has been. It had gotten to the point where I wouldn't even step outside to get packages and mail because I couldn't breathe. I would come in the house and have to sit in a chair for 20 or 30 minutes trying to catch my breath, and I couldn't do it. So now I just am like, I avoid. But Nightbot, another thing about Nightbot is what I learned is for a lot of them who haven't programmed it, you can walk into a, or step into a chat room and type the word drop and it'll drop your channel link. That is extremely offensive to me. You've not engaged with the audience, you've not engaged with the host, and then you just walk in and self promote. How rude. I think that is the most disrespectful thing I have ever seen. I saw it not just in the crochet community, but just the other night I was watching a different community and the young lady was hosting her chat. Very interesting topic. Thank you. Thank you, Kim. But I saw somebody come into the room and I've been watching the chat and I hadn't seen that name and they just typed the word drop and then all of a sudden there was their channel link. I think they might have spoken two more times and then you didn't see anything else from them. And I thought, how could you be that bold and brazen and disrespectful? Went to a concert Wednesday night and thought we were going, oh my goodness, Kimberly, what did you go see? Who did you go see? I want to know. I have never been to like a really big concert, but that's mostly because my level of anxiety, I cannot. That's team too many people. I used to go when we had a local football team. The Rams were in St. Louis. I went to I think two, maybe three games, and this is when I was a huge football fan. Loved it, but it took weeks to prepare just to go, and then it took days for me to calm down. And I just oof. As I have gotten older, it has gotten worse. I just don't do it. That's not my wheelhouse. I'm not good with it, and I'm okay with not being good with it. I like my anonymity. Teddy Swims. I don't know that name. Hmm. See, now I'm curious, so I'm gonna look it up because yes, I can, and I want to know. It was so worth the sweat. I believe it. If it's an artist that you love, like I'm trying to think, is there one audience, one artist that would make me overcome my anxiety to go see them? And I would have to say it would probably be Michael Franks. I might try that. That would be the only one I can think of right now. There's lots of artists that I love. There's lots of music genres that I love, but Michael Franks is the one that would make me do that. There are quite a few people that are rude in other people's house. Self promotion is it says I've lost connection and now I'm reconnecting. Yes. See, Kimberly, we vibe so well. We vibe so well. And of course now my stupid phone won't act right. I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to pretend I didn't see that. Anyway, um, I that's one of the issues that I was always afraid of before I started my channel. I am not good at not telling you exactly what I think if I think someone's being disrespectful. Hey, Manuela, welcome in. Thank you for being with me today. How are you today? Let me know what you're sipping on and what you're whipping on. Hubby surprised me with tickets for. Oh, well, happy belated anniversary, my friend. How What did we do beyond the concert? Did you cook? Did he cook for you? Oh yes, love. Oh, Michael Franks. I love Michael Bublé, but I would never want to see him live in concert, which sounds crazy, but I wouldn't. There'd be way too many people. Um, and I always wonder how he's doing because you don't see a lot of promotion for Michael Franks' music, and there it is. I, I'm sorry. I'm confused, and that's because again I squirreled. So I just back to the issue of coming into someone's house and not being respectful. I when I started with my channel, I was afraid that I was not going to be well received because I'm a little more blunt than a lot of people are, and I tried to not be blunt, but I cannot not be myself. Okay, excellent. I'm sorry, forgive me. In reading, you guys have to remember you're a little distance away from me, and part of having to go get my eyes tested was recognizing that yeah, my vision has gotten so much worse in a year. That's so nice for me, and I don't yet know how to make the print bigger so I can see it better. So there's that. But yeah, I am notoriously blunt, and that may seem to some people as though I'm tone deaf to how YouTube is supposed to be, but I see this as this is my house. This is the way I operate here, and it works for me. The anniversary is on the 14th. Okay. Congratulations. Well, happy anniversary in advance. I'm excited for you for that. So, yeah, there are, and I've had a few well meaning, let me be clear, well meaning people who've reached out to me and said, well, Michelle, you really shouldn't do this, or you really shouldn't say that. Notice my pause. That's me listening, assessing their situation, and recognizing you've been around this long and this is how far you've gotten. And how's that working out for you? You said all that to say what? Yeah, listening, not listening. And there are others who have been amazing at helping me navigate and learn and discover and grow. And they appreciate that I'm not I'm not your stereotypical YouTuber. It's always funny. I still get caught up on the idea of even saying I'm a YouTuber. Not really. I'm just a girl with a hook in her hand and a little crochet yarn around the house. And I share what I go through and what I'm dealing with. So those are the things that have happened in the year. And of course, I was laughing. I forgot who I was talking to, but I was talking to someone very recently, and we were talking about how different this year was for me health wise. And I said, what's funny is last year, right before I put my first video up, I had COVID. This year, I discovered pleurisy. Wonder what next year is going to look like. And I'm not calling on another health issue, I don't need it. But wouldn't it be lovely if rather than having a medical negative, I had a medical positive? So that's my goal, to have something positive happen next year. But yeah, that was that was my experience last year, right? After I got over COVID, I was like, okay, what if I didn't survive that? What regrets would I have having not tried doing something different or something that I wanted to do? So that was part of my stepping into the year of yes and doing things that I thought I want to do, but I'm too afraid to do. And I hope that if the time you've spent with me, you've learned anything, you've learned that you have to give yourself permission to do, to try, and to be the things you want to be. I am a Gen Xer. We have always been guided by the voices above us that said, don't do this, you can't do that, this, that, and the third. The truth of it is, the same people who are telling us what to do, what not to do, how to be or how not to be, are the same people who are still trying to figure it out themselves. So instead of trying to invoke a voice of, you should do this, you should be this is how you should act, dot, maybe we should take our own advices and hush our mouths and learn from what we want to do, what feels natural to us. Name it and claim it. Positive energy out into the universe, positive energy in return. This is true. This is very true. I love that. And here's another thing, and this may be to someone who's thinking about starting a channel or who is thinking about doing something outside of their normal experiences. The people who you admire who are doing those things, thank you, Charlotte, or uh, they're trying to figure it out too. I don't care how long they've been doing it, they're trying to figure it out too. I didn't know 99% of what I know today a year ago when it comes to content creation. Fully admit, it's all learn as I go kind of situations. But what I find amazing is I was so afraid to talk to my mentors in the YouTube community. And when I say my mentors, I literally could pick up the phone and call one of the people who mentors me. And I never even mentioned to her that I was interested in starting a YouTube channel. Never mentioned it. Just did it. In fact, had my channel for 3 months, was moderating for her channel. And finally, we were meeting up for something completely separate from what she does. And I said to her, I'm not telling on you. And this part isn't even you this time. This is my coupon friend. But VJ is the reason that you all notice we have a better mic system because she kept trying to work with me to teach me, and I appreciate every bit of it. But as I was meeting up with my other friend, she was saying something, and I don't remember what she said, but whatever it was, I understood it. And she went to explain. I said, no, that's an analytic related thing, and that. And she kind of turned her head and she goes, how do you know that? And I said, because I have over 100 subscribers on my channel. And she goes, you have a channel? In what? Doing what? What? And why didn't I know? And I'm like, because I didn't say anything. She was so surprised to learn that I didn't trust her to tell her. And that's when she started telling me other little things like how to better understand what the click through rate meant and all of those things. And between her and other people who do this on a regular basis, having issues, I know we're going to talk. I'm calling you when we finish this live. We're going to talk about that because, yeah. There, we need to do some things together so we can figure that out. I want to help, but when you pause on telling someone something that you're enjoying or that you're curious about, what you're saying is either A, you don't trust yourself, or B, you don't trust them with your truth. And neither one of those is a good situation. I'm laughing because I remember one of my mentors hosts a Zoom, and I had the opportunity to share something. Well, I wanted to share it, but in my head, I didn't think I should talk to them. I had a celebrity mindset about them, and they don't take themselves as a celebrity, but in my mind, they are a celebrity. And it was like, oh my gosh, I'm so afraid to talk to them. Dot 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 dot. They could not believe that that was my position and my mindset. Oftentimes, that's the wrong mindset to have because you put them on such a pedestal that if they make a mistake, you hold them at a different litmus test that you would hold yourself at. That's not fair to them, and that's not fair to you. I never want anybody to look at me and say, I can't do what she does, or I can't be like her. I don't want you to be like me. I want you to be better than me. I want you to pursue your dreams, do your thing, live your life, run your race. That's to me more important than anything you've ever seen me do on this channel, anything you will ever see me do on this channel. I want you to be you. Don't discount what you can do based on what you see somebody else do. Uh, Prime example: VJ host whip work. Well, not really. She doesn't call it a whip work Wednesday. She calls it VJ. Type it in the chat because I forget. I just know Friday is FO Friday, and FO does not mean F off. It means finished object. But the first time I saw FO Friday, that's in fact the first time I ever saw her on YouTube. It was on a Friday, and it said FO Friday, and I went, "Ooh, who made this lady mad? I want to see what that's about." Because I was being nosy. Admittedly, I was being nosy. Hey, the crafty gypsy is in the house. Hi, welcome in. Whip It Wednesday. Thank you. Thank you. I'm telling you, if you don't figure out anything about today's life, the meds I've been taking lately are crippling my memory. And I am fighting it, but it is devastatingly hard to remember the simple things. And it's driving me batty. And because I'm the kind of person who likes to remember things, that's a little scary. But nonetheless, I came into her live and she was showcasing the creative talents of her audience members. And when Miss Suan said, I had some friends that have made it big in music in the world, and my dad told me never to hold because they exactly, exactly. You can there no matter how big, no matter how famous, no matter how we create the celebrity that we think they have, they still have to do the same basic things you have to do. They have to eat. I hope they drink their water. They have to cleanse their bodies. I pray. Sometimes it's not good to meet your celebrity mindsets because you discover no, 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 no. That's not what you thought it was going to be. That's not who you thought it was going to be. Mm. That's very very true. But I I couldn't talk to this person in a Zoom because I could not get past what I thought about them. That's not the way they carry themselves. That's not the way they present themselves. And the funny part is now I talk to them and they are even like It's weird to think that you were the same person who couldn't talk. I talk all the time. And the one challenge I did not have was talking to my devices as though the audience was there, because I never had that fear. I don't worry about what people are going to say or think. I told my heart that Sue Ann, that part, nah, nah. But I forgot what I was saying. See, again, the squirrel thing is real. I legit just forgot what the heck I was saying. I don't know. Must not be important. That's the way I'm going to see it. But yeah, wow. It is what it is. So, and talking about filming and the intimidation that some people experience about making videos and things like that. That's one issue I've never really had. I talk to myself all the time, so that part's easy. Knowing that somebody's going to see it later doesn't bother me. It doesn't, I'm never intimidated by that. I know that for some people that is an intimidating factor, but that's not my testimony. I literally talk to children who cannot talk. So I have to create the statements and the concepts. Um, I have an insane dog who has a complete personality. So I literally do voiceover for him all the time. And some people are like, that's a little nutty. Yeah, but it's fun. And when you're working with a bunch of little people who can't talk, can't walk, then you have to create your atmosphere around you. Uh, I've never been by myself. I'm always around somebody else, even if that's somebody else or what I call satellite thoughts, where I'm looking at dishcloth thinking I need to make three more of those, and instead I can create a whole personality around the dishcloth and make it entertaining. I didn't take my children to a lot of the concerts and things like that, so I had to create things that were fun and engaging and entertaining. I had an undercurrent mindset of doing it in an intelligent way, so that's what I did. But because of that, I could create a whole story around a teddy bear. This is Pinky. Pinky is just a basic beanie baby, right? Nothing fancy, nothing important, but I can promise you, if you ask me, good morning, Angelise, welcome in. Thank you for being here. But if you ask me in a year about her, her name is still going to be Pinky. She's the partner to her best friend Roman. Roman is another teddy bear, and they went to the zoo recently and adopted a rabbit named Blue. Blue was adoptable because nobody understood why the bunny rabbit was blue. Ask me in a year, I'll still be able to tell you that story. I can't remember most things, but I can remember that, because those are the types of stories that I would create for my children to keep them engaged and entertained. And when you have a child who's on spectrum and you create a story for them, you better remember it, because they will, and they will call you on it. Wait a minute, you said that they were six and you just changed it to four. Good morning or good afternoon for you, Ricky. How are you today? I am so glad you were here. How are you feeling? So, and she's sending hugs and love to everyone. I love that. Thank you guys. But yeah, that squirrely behavior, that creating a storyline and then having to remember the factors, I'm always afraid now that the medicine is starting to impact the way I remember things, that I'll forget those things. Yet looking at that reminds me that that's Pinky. Pinky has this storyline, and I can't forget it because, believe me, my adult child will remind me that I thought that was this, or I thought that was that. So you have to remember it. So my memory is important to me, and not being able to remember things worries me. And I'm too young to be worried about when I won't be able to remember things that may happen. But so far it's not. So we will move forward. Ugh, sinuses. And I am happy to say this is day 2. And though I'm a little winded, I'm not like breathless. So that has been a positive. Having been sick for as long as I had been sick, I am grateful to say that I am still breathing pretty well today. And I've talked, well, I was talking before I started talking to you guys, but I have talked a lot lately, and I'm still able to breathe and talk and do all the things. And I'm grateful for that. Any of you who've ever had to deal with respiratory issues, for me, the respiratory issues are more frightening than the memory issues, because I can ask a question and somebody can fill in the blanks, but you can't fill in the air for me. And that's the part that scares me, not being able to breathe. So it's a learning curve. It's a learning curve. But this entire year has been a learning curve, and it's been a fun lesson to learn. I am so thrilled at how many friends I have today because of this learning curve. Thank you. Thank you. This is hair that got wet. This is what we ended up with. And it still worked out okay. Thank goodness. But there's a baseball cap because, yeah, we have a backup plan. So, yay for me. And of course, different fabrics of hair respond differently to weather and styles and things like that. So, it turned out okay. That part I'm grateful for. And I have gotten more compliments on my ponytails than anything I've ever done in my hair. That's the funny part for me, too. So, okay. I'm sorry. You guys know I love music. And I just saw that an artist that I didn't know I had queued up in this grouping is on the list. So, yeah, there's that. Well, Angelise, you have beautiful hair. I've seen your picture and I'm like, oh, she is so, so pretty. That just is the blessing of goodness for you. You are a very beautiful soul and a beautiful person. I think I goofed. I did goof. I just caught it. How many of you know how hard it is to talk, think, and crochet at the same time? So true. Being on oxygen. Yes, yes, I know you do. I've seen pictures of you, and I love you for persevering because it's not easy. It's not easy. We deal with what the heck? Okay, I'm putting it down. Let's put it down because it's stressing me, and that doesn't need to be the case. Anyway, um, health is wealth, and sometimes we're in a good situation and health is good, and sometimes we're in a deficit and it's not so good. I'm fair to middling right now. I'm coming back, but no, it hasn't been good lately. See, yeah, it's hard. It is hard. I love when I watch some of my favorite content creators crochet and talk and do all the things. that they do multitasking. I used to be good at it. I was good at it a month ago. Today, not so much. Not so much. Doesn't crochet win live. And I know why. I try to crochet simple things, but I want you to see what should have been a square is not a square because right here, I went somewhere else. Don't know where, don't know what. We can frog it. Thank goodness. But that makes me think of the types of yarn where it's furry. I guess that's the word I want to use for it. It has that halo effect and it doesn't frog well. That's one of the reasons I don't use it because it needs to be able to frog. We're all just human beings. Yes. And I think people forget that or they're held to such a standard that they don't understand that we are just human beings. We make mistakes. We have to be able to accept that about ourselves. And we have to accept that about our heroes or the people that we hold to what we consider higher standards. So thank you, Charlotte. That's the lesson that I'm still trying to impart to myself and to impart to others that we are human. We make mistakes, we pivot, we learn, and we grow. And if you don't, then what are you doing with your life? Because I can't. Yes, yes. I I had somebody a while ago say to me, I would never tell anyone that I suffer with depression. That's terrible for you. I'm sorry that you don't feel safe enough to speak your truth, if that's the truth for you. Hey, Nana Michelle, welcome in. Made it before grandson Atlas comes over. Oh, okay. I'll pay attention. So he's not 16 months. Oh, well, you know. But at 16 months old, that is a fun age. Though I will say this, that's when I start thinking, yeah, I need a break because about the time they turn 24 months, I'm ready for them to move on to a bigger space than mine when it comes to the daycare component. And BJ and everyone is saying hello. Yeah, no, I love little people, and I love toddlers, but I love them in spurts. I cannot handle a day to day experience with a toddler because that's when they're first testing their boundaries in their environment, and I I I like them not being so adventuresome. They scare me. They do because they try things and they do things that challenge their community, their world, and their space. But at the same time, it scares the stew out of me, admittedly, when they, want to jump off the swing when it's high in the air to see if they can fly. I've seen it. Yeah, I don't like it. So I try to avoid it. And we have about 7 minutes. And of course, I want to remind you guys that next week is going to look hopefully more normal. I will post my traditional videos on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I am thinking that we will do a live on Wednesday, but I don't know. That's going to really more so depend not only on what I can get done throughout the week, but what my Saturday is going to look like because I don't want to flood you all with a bunch of information early in the week and then burn you out to the point that you're like, I can miss Michelle on Saturday. I really want to hang out with you on my anniversary. And I got some things I need to get done. So in order to get those things done, I may need to take a second to step away. So that part. That part. But I don't know what year two is going to look like for this channel, but I'm excited about it. I hope you guys are getting something out of spending time with me. And I would love to know what you'd like to see. That's not to say you're going to get it. It's just to say I'd love to know what you'd like to see. So please do share with me what you'd like to see with Yes Michelle Crochets over the next year. And are there things that you'd like to see me try? Because I'm open to listen and maybe I can do it. Who knows? One second. Did I do it right this time? I think I did. Yep, that looks right. Oh, I think this has probably been one of my most vulnerable conversations with you guys. Sharing with you the discussions that I don't have with you about my health and some of my ambivalence and my fears. Let's see. Do what you need to do. Oh, Charlotte, thank you. And toddlers are miniature daredevils. Yes, this is very, very true. Hey, Leslie, welcome in. Welcome in. So thank you guys all for indulging my squirrely behavior today. This was needed. I needed to come and just be with my safe space, and you guys truly are my safe space, which sounds kind of ironic because I've only met one of you. I think one of you in person, but yet you guys definitely understand what we deal with as content creators, as the crochet community, as people in general. And once I release a video, it is no longer my baby. That's exactly correct. It is for all to watch on their own mind. Exactly. And to keep in mind that people bring their own feelings, thoughts, and impressions to every video and every live. Some people are going to see this later on and be like, what was going on with her? That's for you to decide. I am being who I am. Some days I am a very think, 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 think kind of person, and some days I am ping ponging all over the place, and you get what you get and be glad you got it. But I mean, I think that's one of the beauties of being who I am in sharing that reality can look like this one day and that another. Sharing that I suffer with anxiety and depression is just part of my story. And I think that well, at least I hope that it tells people who experience similar situations that it's okay. It's okay to be you. It's okay to feel as you feel and to show up in this world, because for every one person who speaks out loud and tells their truth, there are usually 10 people who are too afraid to say, this is my story too. Okay, wait a minute. I'm sorry, because this part of the live isn't moving, so I have to watch it over here. Good morning, Jennifer. Welcome in. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you so much. And Leslie's working on her bunny. And guys, I am working on shutting this down because I got to go get meds. Yeah, I have to go get meds. So that means we have to close it out for the day. But it has been a pleasure to get to hang out with you all. Thank you all for coming in today. Wait a minute, I miss Ruth. Okay. Oh, hey, Ruth. Hi. Your therapy's here. I'm so sorry. I'm running out. But I am so glad you guys were here. Guys, thank you all for hanging out with me this last hour. It has been such an honor and a pleasure to get to hang out with each and every one of you. I love you. I love you so much. Thank you. Please have some fun today. Enjoy your weekend. If the weather is not good for you, stay indoors. If the weather is great for you, get out, enjoy it, and have some fun in it. In the meantime, in between time, have some fun today.